Hi guys, the Metal Maniac back again, and this is gonna be my final video for today. Um, yeah, this video I'm gonna be doing a review on the album Leprosy by the band Death. Now, this is their second album. This is from 1988. Their first album, of course, was the one I already reviewed, Scream Bloody Gore from 1987. Now. Uh, the band Death at this point was actually more than just two people. Um, yeah, so originally on the first album, it was just Chuck Schuldiner and Chris Reifert. Chuck Schuldiner on the first album did vocals, lead guitar, rhythm guitar, and bass, and then Chris Reifert did drums. Whereas on this album, they're a full band. Like they got someone to do the bass, they got someone to do the and rhythm guitar. Chuck Schuldiner still does rhythm, lead guitar and vocals, but yeah. From this album forward, he would always do both vocals and play the lead guitar. But yeah, so this artwork is really interesting because you wouldn't think the color pink would work on a death metal album, but it does. Like, I guess this is supposed to be like, is this sunset or sunrise? I think this is supposed to be a sunset. But like, you know how like in certain cases, like the sunset will either be orange or red or pink depending on what time of the day and where you're at. But yeah, so that's what it is. It's like a sunset with like a group. It's like a group of lepers. You can see the reason why the album's called Leprosy. But yeah, it's really cool. Again, the artwork's done by Ed Repka. Um, and then I guess the artwork's repeated somewhat on the back. Getting a good close at the guy. Yeah. Now, like I said with my other review of their first album, I don't remember what label Death was originally under. I don't remember what company they were under. So I know that this is a Relapse re-release. I know Relapse got a hold to the rights of most of their albums, but yeah. Um, Now this is a version. Just like I have all the versions of these albums that I own are versions with two discs. So they like the first three I think has the second disc is demos and rehearsals. Can't say the word rehearsals. There we go. But along with the main album, that's the first disc. But yeah, I'm not gonna talk about the bonus stuff all that much because the bonus stuff on these albums usually isn't that good. Like they're just demos and rehearsal tapes. Like and the demos aren't really that good. Like with most bands, whenever they put demos as bonus tracks, usually the demos aren't that good. In rare cases, demos are good, but most of the time they're not good. Anyway, but yeah, I'm gonna start with track number one, the title track, "Leprosy." This one is really different, I guess, in a way. Like it starts off different. Like the thing is that compared to the first album, the songs on this album, especially like with Leprosy and Forgotten Past and stuff like that, these songs have a lot more seriousness to them in a way. Like, I don't know, like the first album was like, yeah, it's like horror movie themed, but it's like really cheesy and really over the top and just sort of like all out, just like cheesy B horror film, you know. Whereas this one feels a little bit more serious, like if like a horror film was trying to be super serious. This is kind of what the album feels like, and that's how it starts out with the song "Leprosy." Like again, the title explains itself. Like it's about a group of people who contract leprosy and who are banished to an island or like a faraway place where nobody else is, and they're like stuck there because no one else wants them around. Um, but yeah, that song's awesome. Track number two, Born Dead. This one is okay. I don't mind it. Like some days I'll like it, some days I won't. It's just one of those type of songs. Don't really have anything much to say about that song. Forgotten Past, my favorite song from the album, and I don't think they ever played it live. I might be wrong about that, but I'm not sure. It's an extremely underrated song. Like, I mean, there are songs off here that everyone talks about. Like, everyone talks about the title track "Leprosy." Everyone talks about "Pull the Plug" and "Primitive Waves" and "Open Casket." But very few people talk about "Forgotten Past," and can't speak. That's such a shame because it is such a good song. It's the catchiest song from the album. Um, I don't exactly know what's going on with the song. Like, it's sounding like it may be another horror movie, like straight up horror movie kind of song, like with Evil Dead and stuff like that from the other album. Although I kind of get the basic premise of what's going on in the song. Like, there's this guy who's a serial killer going around killing people, burying their bodies in unmarked graves, and then like at the very end of the song, I guess the bodies get possessed by the spirits of the victims, and they like basically try to stop the serial killer. Because what were the lyrics on that one? Hold on, I shouldn't have put this back on. The lyrics to because the lyrics at the end were really cool. Like, let me see if I can find it. See, Forgotten Past. Oh yeah, images of the forgotten past. Your first life revealed at last. Now you'll find, to your surprise, all the corpses left behind. Like, it really seems to me like throughout the song, like the corpses got possessed by the spirits of the victims, and they're after the serial killer. Um, but yeah, great song. Sorry, this case kind of gets stuck sometimes. Well, not the case itself, but the hinge plate in it. Like, sometimes it gets stuck. So, anyway, yeah, Forgotten Past, an extremely underrated song, and I love it. Let's see. Left to Die is an okay song. Um, it's kind of catchy, but whatever. I think it's okay. Pull the Plug is one of the most overrated death songs of all time. I mean, it's not bad overrated, but it's overrated in a way where it's just an okay song, even though people say it's the best, but it's just okay. Well, no, I'm not going to say it's okay. It's good. It's really good, but not great. Um, I like it. I just don't think it's the best one ever. Open Casket is okay. It's sort of a song, kind of like with some other death songs later on, that kind of feel just like a clumped together song. Like, it feels like you can't really tell when it ends and when it starts. It just kind of fuses together with the rest of the track listing, but it's still good. Um, Primitive Ways. I don't know why I can't pronounce that. Probably because I'm talking too fast. Anyway, Primitive Ways is really good, but I can't figure out what it's about. I don't know. I haven't read the lyrics to that one in a long time, but I like it. Choke on It's really cool. Again, I haven't really read the lyrics to this album in a while. Like, I only really read lyrics to the songs that I can't really make out what the story is about. But I do remember a lot of what these songs are about. Like, but yeah, some of these are kind of confusing. But yeah, Choke on It's really catchy. It's probably the second catchiest song from the album besides Forgotten Past. But yeah. So overall, this is a good album. Like, it's not one of the best death metal albums of all time, but it's really, really good. I'm gonna give this a 7.9 out of 10, so it's almost a 9 out of 10. Songs that hold it back, I guess, for a little bit wise, is probably Left to Die and Primitive Ways, but they're still pretty good songs. Um, oh yeah, I completely forgot to tell you guys who the band members are on this album, because it's really important for you to know the band members on each album, because the band kept constantly switching members, except for Chuck Schuldiner, who he's the founding member of the band and he's the vocalist and lead guitarist. So other than him, the band always kept changing members. And the reason why, I guess, is because Chuck wanted each album to sound completely different from each other, so that they didn't just sound the same and get very boring for people. So that was kind of nice. He didn't want anyone to get bored. um, but let's see, the band members. Oh yeah, of course, Chuck Schuldiner on vocals and lead guitar, Bill Andrews on drums, Terry Butler on bass, and Rick Ross on guitar. Now, the three that I just mentioned, like Bill Andrews, Terry Butler, and Rick Ross, those are important names, and because after this album, they would go to record uh, a really awesome death metal album called From Beyond by the band Massacre, and I believe those three guys, I think they formed the band already. They just stopped doing stuff as that band for a while and did this instead. And then after this, they went back to record their first album. But yeah, those guys formed Massacre, and yeah, that's another really awesome death metal band. But yeah, overall, pretty good album. Not the best, but it's still like close up there to being the best. Like, it's awesome. So that's it for the review of Leprosy by Death. Um, like I said before in the beginning of this video, this is going to be my last video for today. I'll upload a few more videos tomorrow. But yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.